St. Louis Blues hockey is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. In, up, fixed, out. Dobbs does it all. Get great offers on most 2014 and 2015 Chevy models. Find new roads at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. By Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. It is a battle of first place in the Central Division tonight. It's the St. Louis Blues and the Nashville Predators. And tonight's Dobbs starting goaltenders, Brian Elliott goes back in goal for the Blues. He's won 4 in a row and allowed 10 goals in those 4 victories. Pekka Rinne has started 7 of the last 8 games, and of course is always a handful when you take on the Big Fit. And there is only the second coach in Predator history, following Barry Trotz, Peter Laviolette, a former Stanley Cup winner with Carolina. Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And the Predators win the faceoff and dump it in. Bouwmeester now ahead to Backes. Backes, Steen, and Stastny against James Neal, Mike Ribeiro, and Philip Forsberg. The Predators' top line. And this is Ribeiro, who played last year in Arizona. And then Bouwmeester back to get it for Backes on the wing. And he is under some pressure there from Forsberg, who leads all rookies in scoring so far. And now Bouwmeester on Ribeiro. Here's Neal, the former Penguin. Neal trying to get away from Stastny. And then back to the blue line. That is kept in by Colin Wilson. And that's shot around. And then Backes with it now for Stastny. Predators pressure the puck. They get it in front. Loose puck again. Ribeiro one-handed. He can't make the move, and the Blues the other way. And Steen from center ice.
Well, top line up against top line. A little different dynamic here for the Nashville Predators. Laviolette's got that line of Forsberg, Ribeiro, and Neal, and they hem the Blues into the zone for that first shift.
And there is a good example, Darren, of the pressure game that the Predators play in all 3 zones under Laviolette.
There's no question about that. The first forechecker in the offensive zone goes hard. The second guy goes in hard, supports. Third guy goes in, and he gets involved, and then they'll often have a defenseman make sure he hems them in on the pinch as well. There, Weber stays back, but the winger, the second winger there, got in real hard there on that play. That was Colin Wilson. And then Neal's in front of the net. Ribeiro tries to have one hand on his stick and tries to play it, but didn't get through, and Stastny was able to be on the defensive side of the puck to get it out.
And this is dropped unfairly. It is Ott, Lapierre, and Reeves against Jarnkrok, number 19, centering Jokinen and Wilson.
One thing about Ken Hitchcock in this game, he doesn't mind any one of his centermen going up against any one of Nashville's centermen if you're looking at the matchup game. So for Ken Hitchcock, you can be sure Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo, they'll get on the ice against the Forsberg, Ribeiro, and Neal line. And that's often been a staple, but he's very confident too with Gunnarsson and Shattenkirk, Jackman and Cole as well. Both head coaches have won Stanley Cups in their careers. And you saw the face, John Kelly, of Peter Laviolette. He took that puck in the eye, unsuspecting in the game against Winnipeg. Just got flung into the bench and clipped him for stitches.
Looks rather nasty, but did not miss a game as the Predators wrap up their 6-game road trip. They're 3-2 so far.
That's an upper body injury.
I believe it's around the eye. Now it is Derek Roy, who played last year at the Blues. Drop pass picked off by Shattenkirk, and he turns it the other way. Long feed, and here's Schwartz in with Tarasenko in front. And the pass too high for Tarasenko, and the Predators get it back, and it's off the boards and onto center ice now for Cullen. Moved in by Smith, and his shot high comes in front. And 3 Blues were there, and they take over.
What an awkward bounce that was off the glass behind Brian Elliott.
And now Tarasenko with goals in 4 straight, 8 in his last 6 outings.
And you saw the way Shattenkirk got away from their first forechecker on that last shift, Derek Roy. Derek Roy getting in on the forecheck, and Shattenkirk makes one move and then is able to get the puck all the way up to Schwartz for a good scoring chance.
As Tarasenko tips it deep. Predators go back to get it. Mattias Ekholm up on the far side now for Taylor Beck, number 41, and that goes out of play at the Preds bench.
Well, that's why the defensemen need to have good hockey sense in transition going up against a hard forechecking team. And when you look at the play here, here's Shattenkirk right here. Let this one roll if we can as he gets by Derek Roy, number 21. So Derek Roy gets caught in deep. One quick pass, and now you've got an odd man break. Schwartz tries to feed Tarasenko, but it gets defended because Weber is able to catch up to the play.
And now Stastny on the faceoff against Ribeiro. Draw control by the Blues. Back for Bouwmeester. A shot caught by Rene. And he flips it ahead now for Forsberg. Who, by the way, is not related to the former Peter Forsberg, who, of course, played briefly for the Predators. That's kept in by Weber. Now Ribeiro back on the goal. Had his pocket picked by Steen. And now back to the hard-shooting Weber. Fires it on goal. And a good save there by Elliott. Even a wrist shot comes in with some speed. And now the Blues at the line. And a delayed offside. That's broken up.
Yeah, if Weber wants to hurt a player on every point shot, he has the ability to do that. But that there was just a little wrister, and it still came in hot and heavy.
Maybe the hardest shot since number 2, Darren. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
Here are the Blues. Berglund, a shot up high, and a good save there by Pekka Rinne.
That was a line change by the Blues, and it caught the Nashville Predators sleeping. Berglund comes off the bench, picks that off just inside the blue line. Berglund has a good wrist shot here, trying to go against the grain to the stick side. Porter gets in there, and you can see coming into the picture right here is the big Swede, Patrick Berglund. And no rebound there from Pekka Rinne.
Berglund centering Porter and Lindstrom. Ken Hitchcock telling us before the game they need better play from this third line. And the draw is won by Olli Jokinen. At the line, kept in, but not for long. And here comes the second-year player, Seth Jones. His shot on goal. And no problem there for Elliott.
Well, you mentioned the line with Patrick Berglund and Chris Porter adding some speed and some gumption on that left wing, and then Joakim Lindstrom. And clearly Ken Hitchcock is looking for more from that line. And a lot of it has to do with matchups as well. The Blues are on a roll as a team, and they're also trying to get on a roll on home ice, the second of 5 games where Hitchcock can determine the matchups.
And now Otta's toss, so Lapierre will take it against Jarnkrok. A 23-year-old from Sweden.
Yeah, not the biggest guy, but 165 pounds.
And Lapierre wins it for Gunnarsson. And that's lobbed up the middle. And now moved along by Ryan Reeves. Lapierre trying to hunt it down in the corner against Jones. And then Steve Ott there trying to pry it away from the pack. And a pass by Jones, picked off. And then Lapierre to the corner. And now number 64, Victor Bartley. And near side to Jones. And he stops, and they reload at their own line.
Yeah, but now they get to wholesale changes up high.
And then Paul Gostad, the former Sabre, drops one to the corner. Elliott tees it up for Shattenkirk. And then Lapierre, free and Cole. Not dressed tonight for the Blues. Yashkin, Leopold, and Payarmi. Of course, the Predators are still without Mike Fisher, who has not played this year after suffering an off-season Achilles tendon injury.
Yeah, soft skating today, though, and looking a lot better.
And his wife did a great job again on the Country Music Awards this last week in Nashville.
I knew you'd add that.
Well, she did.
Of course she did.
She's unbelievable.
She's unbelievable. That brings us now to our Toyota keys to the game. As we look at Pekka Rinne, and that's going to be one of our keys to the game. But number 1 is try to expose the smaller Nashville centers, and you've got to outwork and outbattle Pekka Rinne in close. You've got to linger in the goal crease area as long as possible, is the exact wording from Ken Hitchcock.
He missed 3/4 of last year's season after a hip infection following surgery. So the Predators only missed the playoffs by 3 points. Here comes Roy. And that's turned away. Backes the other way for the Blues. Backes now in for Stastny. Surrounded by 4 Predator players. Knocked in midair by Steen. And a shot. Rebound on Backes had an empty net. And the puck rolling. He did not get a lot of mustard on it, but he had a wide open net.
And the reason the Blues got that chance is because the Nashville Predators play on the far side. went off the linesman. And when it went off the linesman, you got 3 Nashville Predators forwards advancing beyond the blue line, and then the linesman doesn't skip up, so the puck goes the other way. So on the right side of your screen there, whoop, hits the linesman's skate. Look at all 3 Nashville Predator forwards are there. And then the Blues are able to make a play following this little turnover. And here's the final shot that goes off a leg. And Backes has got it right on the, oh boy, right in the wheelhouse, but it goes off the right foot of Shea Weber.
And that was the best chance for the Blues. Shots are 3-3, no score. Predators win the faceoff. And a slap shot was well wide by Bartley. And then Lindstrom down low. He moves it ahead for Pietrangelo. Not out, Bartley again a drive. And that is in the paraphernalia of Elliott. Didn't know where it was for a second, but found it. And we got a stoppage.
The defenseman, Alex Pietrangelo, was trying to help out Lindstrom on the far side. And then Pietrangelo just slightly overskated the puck. So was able to go back to the left point, which was Bartley wide open. And no coverage up high because Lindstrom was down low. Elliott didn't know where that was after it hit him in the first place.
And the faceoff won cleanly by Backes. Here's Bouwmeester up the wing, held in by Ribeiro. And now Pietrangelo trying to reverse it. Puck comes near the near goal post, and Elliott gets the blocker down, and a stoppage.
Well, John, the Blues forwards could expect heavy pressure. And when you look at this angle here, let's stop it here for a second if we can. And this here is the defenseman, Jones. Let it roll. And as soon as that puck goes tape to tape, there's Jones right there trying to put some pressure on. So the Blues, the defenseman and the wingers have got to be real sharp. And quite often you can let that puck go because the defenseman like Seth Jones is going to play the man on that situation. The puck can go off the boards and still get out of the zone. Maybe the Blues can catch them on some odd man breaks, as Dallas did, especially in the first period of the last game.
Yeah, Hitch said the Stars had 7 odd man rushes in the first period alone. Now the Blues to center. Here's Laterra for Tarasenko. Watched by Cullen. Nice pass. And then Laterra darts into the zone. Jori Laterra pass to the front, intended for Tarasenko. And now Jaden Schwartz gets it. Scored a breakaway goal in Thursday's win against the Devils. Jackman for Tarasenko. And then a drive by Schwartz. And patted away by Rinne. Schwartz again a shot. And that goes wide. Comes around Ian Cole. And a good hold in there, but Cullen gets it to center ice now for Roy. Up the middle. And he can't get through Jackman.
Good coverage there by Jackman. Got the stick on it and played it back to his partner, Cole.
Now Tarasenko comes in, working on Ekholm. And the Predators get the puck back of the goal. Ekholm around for Cullen. And now for the veteran Jokinen. And the 35-year-old does not have a point this year. And the Blues the other way with Berglund. And then tipped along by Porter. Porter gets there first. Takes a hit, but Ellis takes the puck for the Predators. And now Jokinen deals one to center ice. Thrown in by Gunpro. And then Bouwmeester. And a penalty called here. And an interference violation. I believe it's against Berglund. No score here in the opening frame.
Well, Patrick Berglund goes off for interference. This is a subtle little kick. As we take a look at it, it's coming back in the defensive zone. Stop it here if we can. And this player here, Jarnstrom, coming in for the puck. Now, you looked at Berglund. He's going to now cut him off right here with a shoulder. And he's just trying to help out the defenseman. In the old days, that was just a good, smart play in buying some time so the defenseman doesn't get hammered by the forechecker. But the referee was about 8 feet away and made the interference call.
And the Blues win the faceoff and whip it down the ice. The Predators' power play ranked 21st at 15.4%. Steen and Backes up front to kill it off. Blues have killed 9 of the last 10 against. Here's a shot up high and a save by Elliott on that quick snapshot by Craig Smith.
Well, Craig Smith, the right-hander, was looking to see if the goaltender was going to go down and cheat against the short side. So you take a look at that magic number. Hitchcock talks about it all the time. Hitchcock wants it at 105 total. You add up the power play and the penalty kill total. Look at Pittsburgh, 125 total. The Blues almost at 104. And look at Nashville, 30th at 86.4 when you add them all up.
Well, when your power play is about 37%, which Pittsburgh's is, it's pretty easy to get to that number.
Yep.
But the Blues special teams, Darren, knock on wood, have been better in the last 10 days.
Yeah, and all that being said, you still have to have good 5-on-5 scoring. The Nashville Predators, they've improved that. They're a +11 at 5-on-5 goals for, goals against.
Yeah, last year they were -21.
Big difference there. If that's going to be the case, your power play has to be great.
Now back for Weber. Off the boards, Derek Roy a shot. That hit a body. And then shoveled along by Ellis. Now in front for Smith. Pietrangelo closed on him. Ellis with it. Red shot. That may have hit Bouwmeester. And it comes around again to Roy. And Roy, and a bad pass. That was picked off by Ott.
That's a big break there for the Blues. Full control by Derek Roy and the Nashville Predators. And he tries to make a play through the skates and the stick and whiffs on her.
And here comes Ribeiro. Crafty center ice, but in for Forsberg. And then Jackman back. Puck in front, look out. Forsberg stole on a shot, and it didn't get through. As the Blues had the puck, but couldn't clear it. And now Shattenkirk wins the battle. Roman Josi kept it in. Now Josi for Ekholm, back to Josi. Swiss-born defenseman to Forsberg. And a shot, and a hard one. That's wide on the short side. And then back of the goal, Ribeiro. For Forsberg. And then for Josi again. Late in the power play. Ekholm for Josi. Thought about shooting. And across the shot. Blocked by Jackman and cleared by Laterra.
What a terrific shot block that is. That is fearless. Gets his both shin pads just straight at the shooter. Square to him. Doesn't turn sideways.
And the Predators 2 shots, but 0 for 1. As we approach the 10-minute mark of the first period. Blues have been outshot 7-4. And the Predators to center ice, tipped along by Jokinen. And now Pietrangelo back to get it. And we get a whistle.
Well, the Blues had possession, but there's a relentless pursuit of the puck. And it ends up going out to the point there. And there's the shot block by Barrett Jackman. Typical of all defensemen. Got the protective work on the boot of his skate, like so many of them.
Here, the way they block shots today, like Jackman right there, it's not like they even fear the shot anymore.
Well, they don't because they're smart. They're well protected. I mean, the majority of the players now use that type of protection, whether it's the clear look or the look that Barrett Jackman has right there.
And now Paul Stastny. Second game back after missing 8. And the Blues on the forecheck, back as a hit. Alexander Steen comes in. He had a power play goal in the last game. Now for Backes. He gets free. And then Jackman a shot. That was blocked. Jackman gets it again. And looks in front. Everybody's covered. Back of the goal for Steen. And a good reverse hit there by Steen on Jokinen. Gets some open ice. And then Steen trying to hound the puck, but it's moved along by Josi. And this goes all the way down the ice.
Well, the one player the Blues have to be aware of in terms of finishing his check is Taylor Beck, number 41 for the Predators.
Blues puck in front. And Derek Roy, a quick turnaround shot. That was wide. And then picked up by Cullen. Back for Roy. This line was put together a few games ago after Cullen returned from injury, and they've been good for the Predators. But now Schwartz to center ice. He goes wide. In on goal. Scooped up by Rene. And we get a stoppage. 9:15 left, first period. Blues and Preds scoreless.
Well, on Tuesday night, Brian Elliott's going to don a new mask for that special evening as we take a look at our dirt cheap snapshot of the game. Obviously, the cage isn't on it just yet. It's just getting fixed up, but we'd like to say great work by Jason Livery and Marcus Power doing the artwork there with Headstrong Graphics. They've done all the work there for a lot of goaltenders, including our two here in St. Louis.
But Brian is very much looking forward to wearing that mask on Tuesday night as we celebrate and honor our veterans. Predators win the faceoff. And the pass ahead, that's called back. That was an offside pass, and it comes back in the zone. And, of course, Military Night, sponsored by Boyne, is this Tuesday. All fans in attendance will receive a poster featuring Backes, Stastny, Oshie, and Shattenkirk. And if you're an active, reserve, or retired member of the military, you can get discounts on tickets to the game And go to stlouisblues.com/military for all your details. And that game will be shown on NBC Sports Network on Tuesdays. Darren, we get a night off on Tuesday.
We do. We don't like nights off, John Kelly, but that's why I wanted to give you an advanced viewing of Brian Elliott's mask. Before anybody can scoop us there, big boy.
Very nice. And the puck thrown as nobody scoops you.
You notice the big boy?
Where'd you get that from?
It's our good buddy JD, huh?
Yep.
He said big boy like nobody else.
8:45 to go first period. And they congregate in the corner. Lindstrom gets it off the boards. Good pass back for Gunnarsson. A shot. And that hit a stick and goes high into the netting.
I think Shattenkirk wanted that puck back. Gunnarsson had it to the left after he got a magnificent pass by Lindstrom. And it got blocked, but Shattenkirk was tapping his stick on the ice, looking for that pass going back along the blue line, John, and just didn't get it back. But Joakim Lindstrom with a very good pass. Look at the amount of traffic, the swarming of the Nashville Predators. 4 white sweaters all over that corner on the strong side where the puck is. And yet Lindstrom's able to make that pass to fellow Swede Carl Gunnarsson, who last year had a penalty shot against Pekka Rinne while playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it didn't go in.
Okay. For the record, here is Tarasenko back for Pietrangelo, a shot, and that's wide. Now Schwartz in front, Laterra without a drive, and that was blocked as well. Held in by Bouwmeester, bounces it on goal, and a save by Rinne and no further play.
Jori Laterra with a strong start here, and you can be sure Laterra would love to score a goal against Pekka Rinne, and Laterra doesn't give up here in the slot. Puck comes right back to him. That shot blocked. He's still hunting and hounding away, and this time he goes right to the net, stops, and Shea Weber gives him a push. But the goaltender Pekka Rinne and Jori Laterra, they share something in common, and that's a silver medal last year from the World Championships. And Pekka Rinne was the MVP. Although he missed the majority of the season with the Nashville Predators, he bounced back in time to play for Finland in the World Championships, where he had a 1.88 goals against average.
After missing 51 games, he had hip surgery a couple of springs ago. He came back and played last year, Darren, but then just one day woke up with a high fever and then had an infection in that hip, and it was very serious. But he is one of the top goalies in the NHL, as we know.
Made 32 of 35 saves in their game at Dallas.
Now the puck moved along by Jarnkrok. And he spins one to the corner for Jokinen. That's broken up by Cole. And it goes to Steen. And again, there's that pressure by the Predators. Steen back of the goal now for Jackman. Up the wing, Tarasenko. And it goes back for Cole. Long stretch pass. Nice pass by Cole, but Stastny delayed, and that puts Steen offside.
Even on that pass from the right D to the right winger, the defenseman is right here, and he is already putting pressure on this side of the ice. As soon as that pass was made to Tarasenko, the defenseman Mattias Ekholm was already there. Ekholm's a 6'4", 210-pounder. Peter Laviolette likes that pressure. He likes gap closure, and you're seeing that already. As soon as the Blues make that pass, the defensemen of the Nashville Predators are right there. They're not a half a zone away. They're right a stick length away.
And the Blues control the draw. Chipped along by Bouwmeester. And there is Ryan Reeves. Good. He tried to knock it off the wall. He does. And then back to the corner, where it's grabbed by Josi. Really good young defenseman is Josi. And then Weber, his pass down the wing, that goes by everybody, and now they wave off icy.
You know, it was right in front of me here, and I thought it just clipped his skate, or his stick, excuse me.
And both clubs again make changes on the fly. Bartley with it. Fourth, Seth Jones, the 4th overall pick last year. That's dumped in. Stastny smartly lets it go, and here comes Steen down the wall. Steen fights off a check. And a shot on goal. Tight save there by Rinne. And now back on the line, Pietrangelo. Across, Shattenkirk drive. And off the inboards. And it goes just wide. Rinne had no idea where it was. And Ribeiro flies it high to center, knocked down with a high stick.
Steen knocked it down with a high stick there, and it was very close whether or not it was over his shoulder or not. But a good chance on Pekka Rinne on the short side. Alexander Steen trying to get the goalie cheating, going down and trying to rifle it over his shoulder on the stick side. And Pekka Rinne didn't quite know where that puck was after it came off the boards. It goes off his right pad, and now he's already beyond the net, out of position. But the puck is going the other way. Instead of squirting in front of the net, it squirted right behind the net.
Rinne has lost his last 4 games to the Blues, as this is dumped in. And Josi chips it up the board now for Smith. And that's gloved down by Gunnarsson, and we get a whistle.
Well, when you look at Pekka Rinne and some of the ways to beat him, as you see his career against the Blues, in his first 19 games, 12-5-2. And John, you just mentioned it recently, not as much success, but those first 19 games, 1.85 and a .937 percentage. But obviously at 6'5" and 210 pounds, he's limber. As Peter Laviolette told me before the game, he said he's a relentless worker, humble, and he has a great attitude. He said, what else do you want? It reminds you of what we see with the St. Louis Blues goaltenders, doesn't it? Just the way they work, the way they endear themselves to their teammates. Their teammates want to play hard for them.
True professionals.
Yep.
Now the Blues enter the zone. Here comes Lindstrom in front. And that is cleaned up there by Smith and moved along by Cullen. And that's lobbed to the corner. Shattenkirk for Parker Gunnarsson. And then gloved down by Porter. And he gets the puck back to center. Under 6 to play in the opening period. Now Bartley comes in. And his shot hit a shin pad off Shattenkirk. Quickly now to center ice for Tarasenko. He's got some room. Schwartz to the net. Tarasenko chips it in front. A drive. Rebound. They score! Laterra! And it's 1-0 St. Louis.
Tarasenko tried cutting back through a load of traffic. Here, from the right, cutting across, flips this puck over the stick of Ekholm there, and then the play goes against the grain. Watch the way he flips it over the stick here, and now he cuts through, much like the situation against New Jersey, but he doesn't quite have as much room, and then Laterra just slides this one through. We talked about Laterra, who told me before the game, I know how to beat Pekka Rinne. Well, Rinne doesn't have much of a chance on that one because he's already focused on Tarasenko's shot on one side.
His first goal in 6 games, and it's 1-0. Laterra at 14:30. And now the Predators, Jarnkrok. Into the corner. Schwartz and Tarasenko get the assists. So points in 5 straight for Tarasenko. Now the Blues again, a shot. In front, left pad save by Radion David Backes. And that was a big save. And now Jokinen up the ice for Nashville. Drops it off to Wilson. Fires it. Pad save by Elliott. The rebounder shot high. Good chance for Colin Wilson. Now back to the point to Bartley. Bartley fires it. That was blocked in front by Ian Cole. And Strong on the puck, and he moves it on to center ice. And Cole feathers one back of the goal. And Lapierre is there, but now it's picked up by the 20-year-old Seth Jones. To Ribeiro, and that goes deep. Forsberg after it against Bouwmeester. Ryan Reeves on the back check. And Reeves a good play off the boards and out. So the goal by Laterra from Schwartz and Tarasenko at 14:30. Center ice to Reeves. But Darren, that play by Tarasenko, that is his signature move, if you will.
Yeah, the play against New Jersey, he flipped it up a little bit on his backhander. That one there, he went to his forehand to just get it over the stick. He knew he was going to have to really release that puck quick, and he actually shot the puck while on his knees. So you can see that the Nashville Predators converged on him a lot quicker than what the New Jersey Devils did.
And this is hooked back of the goal by Elliott, and now moved along by Lindstrom.
Yeah.
Lindstrom to center ice with Porter and Berglund. And then Lindstrom trying to make a play. And he is tied up by Ekholm. And the puck brought to center ice by Cullen. Cullen against Gunnarsson. And then Cullen, a shot tipped well wide. And a turning Shattenkirk. Nice play to Lindstrom, and the Blues to center ice. And they have numbers. Now picked up by Gunnarsson. And he gets the puck deep. Porter goes after it. And Porter back to a wide-open Gunnarsson. Shattenkirk with it. And a shot. And a backhanded tip by Berglund. And that was blocked away by Rinne. Predators with it. Trying to clear it. Schwartz blocked it. Now Schwartz gets it from Tarasenko. Then around the goal. In front to Shattenkirk. Couldn't get a shot. Tarasenko a pass. Here's the tear right in. He gets too tight. Back to a wide-open Shattenkirk. And the drive. And that's blocked in front by Ellis. And the Predators get the puck to center ice.
Shattenkirk played it over to Cole, but Cole had vacated the blue line.
And now the Predators come in again. Here's Derek Roy. Pass in front. Broken up. And the Blues head north. It's Schwartz. He delays. Walks around. Then a shot. That goes wide off the inboards. And out of the corner.
This whole sequence is because of an offensive zone line change. Hitchcock got the Berglund line off the ice in flow, and the Tarasenko line jumped on.
Now it is Weber to Jokinen. Great right pass saved by Elliott on only Jokinen. As he was in alone. And now Tarasenko slows it down back for Jackman. 102 to play here in the opening period. Stastny comes in. And his backhand. Stick save by Rinne. And then picked up by Jones. And his pass on to center ice to the rookie Forsberg. That's turned away by Pietrangelo. And back to the Nashville line. But a real good pace here late in the first period.
Great pace. I think Nashville has to be fairly pleased with their game as well. They for a large part, they've done what they wanted to do in this game. But the Blues have, I think, regained a little bit of moxie later on in this period.
Nice pass by Steen to Pietrangelo, 3-on-3. Wrist shot, that's hooked well wide. And now played down low, Jones lost it. Here's Backes, a pass in front. And that's broken up by Seth Jones. And then Forsberg. Then he's balled in the corner by Steen. But the puck is skated onto center ice by James Neal.
1 minute to play in the first period.
Under a minute to go here in the opening period. Now Pietrangelo for Reeves. And he goes back with the puck. And now to Pietrangelo. Gets it by Gostad. And then flipped to center ice by Shattenkirk. And here comes Steve Ott. And Ott goes wide. Ott to the front. And Rinne has it in his glove. And we get a whistle and a penalty has been called. As a Blue player went right into Rinne, and either he was pushed, which drew a penalty, or they might call goalie interference, Darren, one or the other.
Yeah, Lapierre was driving to the net after that shot by Ott. Pekka Rinne had it in his glove, and Lapierre went right into the Blue paint. I think that might be the original call. Second power play of the period for Pekka Rinne's Nashville Predators. Ott grabs it through the neutral zone, fires it from a far angle. What he's trying to do there is funnel it off the far pad, and that's why you've got that center lane drive from Max Lapierre. But he ends up right in the crease before Weber can block him out and ends up in the goaltender, and he ends up getting the call against him.
Goalie interference at 19:25.
Interesting call. The puck was already in the glove of the goaltender, and Lapierre was about to stop.
And a drive by Seth Jones and a good save by Elliott. Predators had 2 shots on their first power play. Now Roy back for Jones. To the former Blue Roy. Smith is in the slot. Now instead back for Weber. Weber for Jones. Around to Roy. From the dotted drive and a blocker save by Elliott. 12 to go in the period and a hard pass. And too hot to handle for Jones.
Yeah, it wasn't settled down. It was rolling like you read about. Not the best option there for Weber.
And now Jones to center for Wilson. And at the buzzer, save Elliott. And that will do it. The end of 1 in St. Louis.
Well, Brian Elliott made a pretty sharp save there just after the Blues made it 1-0 on Leterre's goal. So Elliott deserves a lot of credit for this being 1-0. Time now for a Plaza Tire Service shot comparison. As we talked about in the open, young Philip Forsberg against Vladimir Tarasenko. And there's 2 total attempts there for Forsberg, 0 yet for Tarasenko, although he got an assist on the only goal. Pat and Bernie, up to you.
All right, Darren Payne, thank you very much. Yeah, 1-0 Blues. It was that line of Lehtera, Tarasenko, and Schwartz. Bernie doing it again.
Yeah, they have so much chemistry together, and again, just a beautiful goal. I mean, they work so well together. They know where each other seems to be. It's that sixth sense that they have right now. So the Blues have relied on that line for the last couple of weeks. Hey, why doesn't it continue?
7 in a row, maybe on their way to 8, we hope, here tonight at Scott Trade Center. And we're going to continue. It's the Sapah GM Country Intermission Report. It's coming up next as the Blues have the 1-0 lead over the Predators from Nashville. Stay with us.
It is 1-0 Blues after 1. The only goal by Lehtera at 14:30 of the opening period. And Vladdy had an assist on that goal now with points in 5 in a row.
Well, you go back to the game against the New Jersey Devils, a little cutback move, it's a 1-on-3. He goes to his backhand to flip it back to his forehand. Tonight's game, he sees traffic, head up all the way, uses his forehand, slips it over the stick of Ekholm, the defenseman, and then while on his knees, shoots the puck at the net, where his good buddy and center iceman for 2 years in the KHL, and now here with the St. Louis Blues, Jori Lehtera bangs it home on the short side, just beyond the left pad of Pecorine.
Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. 1:20 left in the Predators' power play.
That's a key face-off there to begin it. You can cut about 15, 20 seconds off the power play for Nashville by doing that.
And the Blues dump it down the ice, and Cullen leaves it for Roman Josi. Josi on defense here, gets the puck in deep.
That's an icing call.
Yes, it is. The whistle goes, and that's a good break for the Blues.
Odd to have that happen. Josi's a good puck mover, but instead of laying that puck flat, he was a little impatient. He slapped at it, John, and it was on end. And that's why it hopped right over the stick and all the way down the ice.
A year ago, the Blues killed all 15 Nashville power plays.
This Roman Josi and Shea Weber are a pretty dynamic tandem back there, though.
Although right now Weber is not on the ice.
No, I know, he usually gets that second power play minute.
Well, Forsberg, the rookie, for Ribeiro in on goal. And Elliott got a stick over, made the save. And the puck down low. Good read there by Jackman. He steps up and fires it down the ice.
And amazing, too, that Weber, in 51 games played against the Blues, only has 17 points and 4 goals on 137 shots. That's remarkable in itself.
And he hasn't scored in 26 games against the Blues. Now the puck to the corner. And broken up by Jackman. And here he comes to center ice. 15 to go in Lapierre's minor. And worked along by Cullen. Now Smith comes in. Trying to jam it by Bouwmeester. And then Derek Roy in front to play. And a save there by Elliott. And the Blues clear it up the middle. And it goes down the ice.
That's an alert play there by Elliott because it looked like Derek Roy was going behind the net and he tried to catch Elliott off guard.
Predators 3 shots on that power play, but 0 for 2. And Shea Weber came on just as the penalty expired. Here's a backhander and a good save by Brian Elliott. And now back on the line. Back home to the corner. Bouwmeester rings it around now for Schwartz. And then to Lehtera, center ice, Tarasenko. What a pass now for Pietrangelo. Right up the middle. Tarasenko after it against Ekholm. And then Roy scoops one along, and Beck gets it out. That's blocked by Gunnarsson. And then Tarasenko, what a pass off the boards to Schwartz, a shot. And that's high and down low in the corner. That was a brilliant pass by Tarasenko.
Yeah, the first one was a nifty little between the legs pass to the oncoming Pietrangelo in the neutral zone.
Look out! Oh, a steal! Nystrom stole it from Gunnarsson, and a great save there by Elliott. And the puck to center. That's a big save there by Elliott. And now back in the corner. Fires it. Stick save again by the Blues goaltender Brian Elliott.
Elliott did that on purpose. That's a smart play right there. Angled his blade of his stick so that that puck would go up off the glass. Gunnarsson thinks he's got room. It actually goes off the skate there of Berglund. They're way too close together, both those players. And then here's the save by Elliott right there with the right toe. Just at the top part of his right pad. That was against Colin Wilson with that shot right there. Elliott has been razor sharp in this hockey game.
The man they call the Moose, Brian Elliott out of Wisconsin. Originally from Toronto. Now it is Berglund on the faceoff, and it's dropped unfairly.
26 career whitewashes for Brian Elliott.
I noticed your phrasing there, Darren Pang.
I try to do that.
Personally, I don't believe in that, but
Me neither.
here's a shot from the line. A shot by Jones and a glove save. Again by Elliott.
Well, Elliott's a great example of perseverance as well. Being a 9th round draft pick. And here he is here with the long shot. He gets protection as well. And an easy one there for Brian Elliott. But still, you want to control the rebound and make sure that there's not chaos in front of you, because your defensemen are relying on that puck not coming back out in front.
And the faceoff won by Ott. Got it from Yarncroke. The Blues won 68% of the draws in the first period. And intended for Lindstrom. That goes all the way down. Shots early on here in the second. 5-0 Nashville.
Well, you're right about that dominance in that first period on the face-off dot. So we'll see who Peter Laviolette throws out there now. Looks like he's going towards Forsberg. Forsberg being a right-hand shot, he probably won't take it. So yeah, he's got Ribeiro out there, number 63, a left-hand shot, looking to play this back to Josi.
And again, the Blues win the face-off. Here comes Jackman, and off the glass and out.
Well, you'll take that any day of the week. Beating a team like Nashville, you have puck possession. You want to force them to chase the puck all night long.
Now it is Cole. Nice pass ahead to Lindstrom. And then on for Berglund with his long reach. Trying to go wide on Josi. He does. And now Berglund slowed up. He's knocked down, but Ott gets it. Back for Pietrangelo. And he lost it. And it's off a stick of Neal, but there was Bouwmeester under pressure now from Forsberg. And the rookie trying to work it back on the goal. Pietrangelo. And his pass intended for Berglund slides down the ice, and this will be an icing call against the Blues.
Well, normally the tandem of Bouwmeester and Alex Pietrangelo, you know, so calm and so efficient getting out of the zone. Certainly Nashville's forecheck and their stick pressure has been a little bit more aggressive than what the Blues saw in 2 games against the New Jersey Devils. A lot of these pucks that are normal D-to-D and out have been sliding off the end of the blade.
And the Predators win the faceoff. Ekholm on the wing, a drive. And a save by Elliott. If you've ever wanted a Blues jersey with a player's name on it, now is the time to get one. Order a Blues player's jersey from the Blue Note shop at any one of the 5 games on this homestand and receive a free Vladimir Tarasenko t-shirt as well. Plus, some lucky fans at each of these games will get a surprise meet and greet with a Blues player. Go to stlouisblues.com/Tarasenko for details.
Last 24 games for Tarasenko, he's only had 1 minus game. That's going back to last year.
Look out, wide open in front, and a shot by Cullen. May have grazed the pad and also the goalpost there.
Another bad bounce off the partition.
And now Rene back of the goal. All Nashville early on here in the second, but now the Blues get the puck. It's Alexander Steen back to Gunnarsson, and his shot tipped on goal by Stastny, and a save by Rene. And Stastny gets it again. Off the boards for Backes. He'll defer for Gunnarsson. And then Steen down low. Chased by Weber. Steen lost him now in front, and he is buried by Weber. And the puck flipped high, kept in by Shattenkirk. Off the skate of Weber, and the Blues get it back. Backes in the slot. Shattenkirk right in the goal. A shot, and that was blocked, I think, by Derek Roy.
Yeah, I think it was too, right off his leg.
What a chance there. Now Smith comes in for the Predators. And his pass through the slot. Shattenkirk there for the Blues. Smack back of the goal. Big Dostad there. Now in front. Backhand attempt. Elliott kept it out. And then Bouwmeester around. Big Taylor back. And this is off a stick to center. 5 minutes gone by here in the second period. Blues leading 1-0 in the first period. Goal by Laterra. And the puck at the line, and now brought to center by Ott. And then dumped in by Stastny.
Yeah, good job by Stastny, just knowing that he's got the line. He needs a line change, and he gets it all the way down deep.
And then Ellis has it back of his own goal. Their first round pick in 09. Predators have a very good defense, good young defense. Players like Ellis, Weber, Yossi, Seth Jones, they have a bright future in the back end.
Well, sometimes, John Kelly, your drive to the net doesn't always result in a goal, but it's about the effort. And Mazda drive to the net here. Alexander Steen going to his backhand, knowing he's going to get hammered, and he does by Shea Weber. The sticks are all in awkward positions. Look like the stick of Steen was lodged in between the arm there of big Shea Weber. And Weber, of course, is, as you mentioned, it's a heavy shot, but he's also, John, he's a real highly regarded defender. And one-on-one, he's as strong as they get. He finishes his check, as you saw there.
Like he's 7 minutes a night, fourth most in the entire NHL.
And that's without the first unit power play.
Yeah, he wasn't on that power play. And now the Predators a shot. That may have hit the mask of Elliott as the hard drive by Yarncroke went up high. That sounded like a mask. And the Blues have it again. And Ian Cole to center ice. Intended for Tarasenko. And now swatted back in by Yarncroke. And a turning Barrett Jackman for Laterra. And his pass tipped the center by Tarasenko, but there is Jokinen back to get it. He was signed as a free agent this summer. Now it is Wilson. Then back checked by Laterra. Oh, look out, Ian Cole. Almost went back in his own zone. Now for Jackman, back to Cole. And off the boards, Lindstrom comes in. He pulls up to make a play. And then Lindstrom on the backhand feeds one for Berglund. And then Berglund stops on the far boards against Bartley. The Predators break it up, and here they come. Forsberg. He comes in, and a shot by the rookie on goal, and a save by Elliott. And he has it. 13-10 to go in the second. Great goaltending by Brian Elliott once again.
Sergeant Dapron is an avid Blues fan that has been with the Missouri Air National Guard for 13 years. Currently assigned to Whiteman Air Force Base, where he serves as a flight chief for the 131st Bomb Wing Aircraft Armament Shop. Thank you, Master Sergeant Zach Dapron, for all you do to protect and serve our country.
You just have to love the standing ovation these guys get from the fans and the players. It's heartwarming.
Why wouldn't
well deserved.
You got that right. Freedom we have is a direct result of their courage. And Tuesday night's going to be a special night. The Blues are going to be wearing some unique sweaters to begin the game. They'll be wearing them in the warm-up, John Kelly. Then they'll be auctioned off.
And a shot from the point just wide. Comes in front. Neal was in the area. But David Backes breaks it up, and now it's Stastny to center ice. Stastny, Steen, and Backes. Comes around. Backes trying to seal the wall with his skates. And lobbed high by Forsberg. And now the Predators come in. Wide open is Forsberg, and on goal he scores! The rookie Forsberg ties the game.
14 points in 14 games now for Philip Forsberg. And that trade now a brilliant one for the Nashville Predators in exchange for Martin Erat at the deadline. The former first rounder of the Washington Capitals has got some slick hands. But the Nashville Predators have 4 players converging on the Blues. Not enough backside pressure. The puck in the center ice area by the Blues, Paul Stastny, doesn't get down deep enough. And the counter by the Nashville Predators enough to stretch out the Blues D. I can see that Elliott was very frustrated with that one. It went under his glove and just over his pad. And it looked, you could see the sign of frustration that he couldn't get that glove lower than that.
Yeah, I think he felt he could have had it, but that was a very good scoring area.
Well, from a goalie's point of view, John, the curve of Forsberg's stick is very, very big. We showed Zidlinsky's curve the last game, but it's a big curve, so you expect that puck to go high. And it doesn't. And his follow-through wasn't very high, but the glove of Brian Elliott was high right around his ears. So there was room right by his elbow to beat him. And that's where Forsberg found him.
Yossi and Neal get the assist on the goal. Forsberg joined the Predators in the spring of 2013. And after that trade, Darren, you mentioned for Erad.
We'll stop this here, and we're going to look and see where the glove is there, and the puck is down below that, and just off the heel or just underneath the heel. And so it is very difficult from a goaltender to drive your glove from high to low as compared to driving your glove from low to high. A lot easier to go up high.
And from the faceoff, it is Roy out high. Backhander well wide. Forsberg participated in a prospects tournament in Nashville this fall and really caught the eye of his head coach. And he's caught the eye of the entire league with his fantastic play. And he's tied the game at 7:20. Now Jackman a pass up the middle. Shots are now 10-3 for the Predators here in this second period. Smith at center ice. And now it is broken up by Jackman. And out of the zone and then dumped back in delayed offside. And the Predators do clear the zone. Here comes Ian Cole. And now Schwartz, he'll charge into the zone. Jaden Schwartz goes to the backhand. And he can't pull the trigger. A good read there by Seth Jones. And the puck bang to center ice. Gunnarsson now for Shattenkirk. And along on the wing for Reeves. He'll tip one in there. Jones back, and he missed that check. At least got a piece of him. And now the puck lifted off the glass and out.
Well, we're going to go back to that goal that was scored, John Kelly, and focus in on how this began with the puck not deep enough. This is the player we're going to focus on here, Forsberg, and he's the one that's going to go all the way around. No one picks him up. Two Blues forwards, Backes and Steen, are down low, and only one defenseman there. But the one defenseman had jumped in. He made the pass on the left side, Bartley, and then Forsberg comes in all alone from the top of his own circles, all the way down the ice.
And the Blues win the faceoff. Here's Ott in this 1-1 game. And then Lapierre wrapped up back of the goal. Pushed to the far side. Reeves gets it back of the goal. Comes in front. Intended for Ott. And a good defensive play there by Josi. And the puck to center ice. Shattenkirk chips it along to Gunnarsson, who will celebrate his 28th birthday tomorrow. Gunnarsson gets it in. Reeves charges after it. And then for Lapierre. Lapierre in there against Weber. Along with Gostad. And now on the cycle for Steen. Steen in front. Reeves a backhander and a save by Rene. Pretty good chance there.
Well, of the goals that the Blues looked at on Pekka Rinne, trying to jam them in, trying to get them off the post as much as possible, and this fourth line here from the Blues can have an effect on that kind of play. There's Lapierre behind the net, and the big, strong Ryan Reeves in front nearly gets him between the legs. You see how Pekka Rinne got a little over-anxious with his stick and kind of over-swiped at it. It left the legs wide open, but he was able to get his left pad flush against the ice.
And now it's Backes against Ribeiro. Backes wins it. And then Pietrangelo for Steen. And he is knocked down by Bartley. Stastny with it. And his pass broken up. And Forsberg lobs it off the boards and out. And a race. Pietrangelo gets there first. Under some pressure from Neal. And now grabbed by Bouwmeester. He'll go the other way. And Bouwmeester in center ice now for Stastny. Now low intended for Backes. Now back to Stastny. Trying to get free back of the cage. Good stick there by Josi. Comes around for Forsberg, and he makes a smart play and hoists it high down the ice.
Yeah, that's twice he's done that, just to get out of the zone.
And then Steen gets away from the forecheck of Neal. Steen to center ice. Pietrangelo down his off wing. Drops it. Steen a shot. And a glove save by Rinne, and we get a stoppage. 9:10 to go, second period. It's 1-1, Blues and Predators.
I'd like to see turnaround here in this second period for your club.
Well, they're outworking us. They're winning races to pucks. They're starting with the pucks. We had a good first period, but they've turned it up. They're outworking us. They're out winning races that normally we win, and we're going to have to dig in a little bit harder, Darren.
Thanks, Hitch.
And the shots reflect that. 10-5 Predators in this second period. And the equalizer by Forsberg at 7:20 after Laterra scored in the first period. Now Laterra wins it from Jarnkrok. Tarasenko on the wall for Laterra. And then down low for Schwartz. To an open side, Laterra comes over there, and he wins that battle against Jarnkrok. Now the puck brought to center ice by the Predators. Jokinen checked by Tarasenko. Gives a little short pass for Laterra, and back in it goes. And Matthias Ekholm there for the Predators. High backhander, flip out. Shattenkirk now for Gunnarsson. And up the wing. And that's poked along by Laterra.
Nashville seems okay with that kind of play, though. Just chipping it out of their own zone when in trouble.
And a drive by Jokinen. And that's a rather easy save for Elliott.
Well, the Blues with a good face-off to the right of Pekka Rinne. Jori Laterra with the draw on a set offensive play. They get good support. They're not able to get it, though, in front of the net. The Nashville Predators are quick to converge on those little plays and taking away the puck support that the Blues have had so far in this game. Give Nashville a lot of credit, John. This is a hard game. They're on the Blues quickly, and it's a real change from what the Blues are used to with Nashville Predator clubs.
There in the goal by Forsberg, only the third allowed all year by the Blues in the second period.
Which is amazing, because that's the period that most teams give up the most amount of goals and most amount of bad line changes, most amount of odd man breaks.
Now Smith off the face-off in traffic, calling a shot, and that's blocked by Jackman. And then Berglund onto center ice for Lindstrom. And a good stick there at the line by Bartley. And now Jackman trying to get it again. With 8:08 to go here in the second period. Pass ahead, Lindstrom tips it in. And that's an offside.
Well, Ott gets a little bit of a half a shift there with that Berglund and Lindstrom line here as Ott gets in there, and a big hit there on Matt Cullen right there, and then he stays with his man. Oh, gets tripped up a little bit, then he goes for a line change. Chris Porter then jumps out on the ice, gets the last 10 seconds of that shift. So Ott's a guy that can travel up and down the lineup, especially when you know that there's defensive zone face-off. He's often the guy that gets out there for that, to make sure you got two guys that are capable of taking the draw.
And the Blues win the draw, hammered in by Pietrangelo. And then Rinne, he likes to go up the left side, and he gets it high on the glass, and now moved to center ice by Josi. Here he comes, Josi, back to James Deal, a shot, and that's off a Blues stick and into the netting.
Well, Philip Forsberg is not only scoring at a pretty good rate for a rookie in the NHL, but he has also been physical in this game. Not shy to go through hits here. He goes right through Alex Pietrangelo, just a good clean hit, and you see Bert Godin on the left, and I'm kind of trying to duck out of the way as well to make sure there's not an errant stick on this pretty mug of mine.
Here we mentioned he got traded in the spring of 13. The Predators wanted him to go to Milwaukee after the season and play in the American League. But he said, no, I'm going to go home and finish high school first. It's amazing how young these guys are. Finish high school. Steen across to Backes. He comes in a drive, and a save by Rinne, and then the puck is knocked away from Bouwmeester, and he's caught at the other end. Josi comes in, and a drive, and a save, and where is it? It's loose and wide. And now the play continues.
Threw his arm and just wide on the blocker side. Bouwmeester had come in hunting for a loose puck in front of the net, and then he fell down with James Neal. And so that's why there was a little bit of an odd man break.
What a chance there. And now it's Pietrangelo. Steered back of the goal, Rinne. And now for Ellis, long stretch pass on for Matt Cullen. And he fakes a shot against Gunnarsson. Ends up back of the goal and now picked up by Ott. And he'll reverse his course. Pietrangelo. And around to Reeves and now to center ice. Ellis lobs it out to the neutral zone again. And now Cullen gets it with 6:25 left here in the middle frame. Gunnarsson trying to catch the Predators on a line change, but now they complete their change. And the pass too late. And it rolls back to the Blues line. Shots in the game, 23-18 for Nashville. Shattenkirk off the boards and in. And he'll get there first. And now get some support from Lapierre. To the back for Jackman. Funnels one down low for Shattenkirk. And then for Reeves. Reeves for Schwartz. And then it's Lapierre. Jones trying to get it away, but Schwartz again. Good read there by the youngster. Oh, and then Seth Jones.
Oh, Seth Jones just got tripped up by Schwartz. Schwartz got away with it.
Yes, he did. Now a pass across, and a drive by Nystrom goes high and wide. And then down low, that's blocked by Schwartz. And the Blues trying to finish their change. Schwartz to center. Tarasenko, and a good read there by Bartley to step in front of Tarasenko.
Really impressed with the gap closure and the confidence of the Nashville defenseman.
And a good read by Schwartz. He blocks it. He comes in. Schwartz for Tarasenko. Drive, and a save by Rene. That was Tarasenko's best chance tonight. And now Schwartz.
In that quiet area, none of the Predators picked him up.
And then Laterra. Block. Schwartz centers it. And now back for Cole. Cole a shot. Tip to the corner. Schwartz for Laterra. And then Tarasenko. And a great pass save. And a backhander by Tarasenko. And that goes high. And then it's Ian Cole.
I think Rene got his glove on that.
Laterra. Now Tarasenko through a seam. Can't get to the front. And finally cleared away. And that was perhaps the best shift of the second period by the Blues.
Yeah, 2 golden chances there for Tarasenko.
Here he comes again. Tarasenko for Jackman. In on goal. And Berglund missed an open side. Oh, what a chance there on a 3-on-1 down low. And Ribeiro back for Nashville. Slides it through the legs of Bouwmeester. And then he is pounded by Tarasenko with a good hit. Then the Blues to center ice. And now Chris Porter. And he'll dance in for Berglund, who had that great chance. And then Porter back of the goal. Here's Bouwmeester a drive. And a save by Rene with the blocker. And he covers. And cooler heads prevail here. 3:59 left in the second. 1-1 the score.
Great goaltending battle so far. Nashville's had 23 shots on Brian Elliott, and our Honda big save. Nice little backhand pass there by Schwartz right on the doorstep, and what a save this is here. Look at Pekka Rinne, reaches out, just gets the left elbow. Just a crook of the arm on that one by Tarasenko. All he has to do is get that up another 1.5 inches higher, and it's in the twine for a 2-1 lead.
And then he had a backhand chance later in the shift. And now Ott on the faceoff. In the circle, and finally knocked to the corner by Gostad. And up the wing now for Nystrom. And pass picked off at center ice. And then Ott plays it back now for Gunnarsson. Ott again, Gunnarsson. Intended for Lapierre, and that was just off the mark. Icing called here against the Blues.
Well, with that, we'll update you on our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison. And we talked about in the open, talking about young Philip Forsberg and Vladdy Tarasenko. And Forsberg with 3 shots on goal. He's got a goal in this one. And Tarasenko with 3 attempts on net. Tarasenko with a big hit as well in his own zone. And that was just prior to that shot on goal he had, I think, John.
And the Blues off the face-off. Long feed. Reeves cut around by Weber. Now Weber to his partner Yossi. And then the skates of Derek Roy. He gets it in. Gunnarsson and Shattenkirk play catch deep. 3:15 to go in the second period. Here's Shattenkirk with some room up the gut. And a shot and a pad save and a big juicy rebound picked up by Backes. And a drive, and that goes high, maybe off of the shoulder of Rinne.
David Backes has had a number of good scoring chances. We talked about Backes and Alexander Steen in the open as part of this top line here with Backes playing on the right side. And when Backes ends up getting this puck because of the play by his skates, but also because Shea Weber kind of flung his stick over top of the puck, he's trying to go high to the glove side. It actually beats Pekka Rinne over the glove and just glances off the bar.
And then Backes on the faceoff from Jokinen. Steen at the line. Good tightrope job there to hold it in now for Backes. Trying to muscle his way in front. Pass back to Jackman. Across to Cole. Fan on the shot. And then centered by Stastny. That was blocked. And then Steen wins the puck battle in the corner. Back for Cole. Cole Backhand feed to Backes. Penalty coming up here. In front, Stastny, a backhand chance, and a save by Rene. And look out, Elliott goes off, and the pass back was tipped, thankfully, by Ian Cole. That might have gone in the net. You can score in your own net on a delayed penalty. Thankfully, Cole tipped that on the way down.
He should have seen Brian Elliott. He sees that puck go to his left, put on the brakes, and I'm sure he was wondering, do I go back to the net, or do I just continue on here?
And now Tarasenko. Predators will touch it. And now the Blues will get their first power play tonight.
Well, Paul Stastny has a real good shift, and they're starting to click a little bit as Stastny returns from that shoulder injury in the last game. He wasn't much of an effect in that one there, but he's been getting better as this one rolls along here. Tries on his backhand and just misses on the stick side. Pace of play is always tough when you come back from an injury like that. We're now with Ekholm off for holding. That was against Alexander Steen, just by the Blues bench, down by the top of the circle.
The Predators are the least penalized team in the NHL, and they take one here. Blues win the draw. Steen for Tarasenko. Tarasenko gets it back, and now tip back to Shattenkirk. And around to Steen. Blues' first power play chance tonight. They're 25% on the year. And a drive by Schwartz, and that was tipped wide by Laterra. Now Tarasenko, and his pass off a stick, and it goes back down the ice.
You know, I think Tarasenko was surprised with how quickly Big Shea Weber got to him. And Weber was stick on puck immediately as soon as Tarasenko spun around.
Now Steen to center ice, drops it off for Tarasenko into Schwartz, and he was chopped down, and the puck is whipped back down the ice. And 45 gone in Ekholm's minor.
Got to simplify this attack and get the puck towards the front of the net. David Backes on the ice now. He'll be the net front presence.
He had a power play goal in the game winner on Thursday.
Didn't think it was going to be the game winner when he scored it, though.
Here's a drive from the point by Shattenkirk, tipped high. And now Steen in. Steen under some pressure there. And it's rolled away and now to center ice. Berglund gets it back. Final minute here in the second period. And then Backes drops it off. And Pietrangelo with some time. A little pass tipped up. Backes gets in with Berglund. And then Backes down low. He battles against Bartley. And Berglund trying to find it in his skates. Stastny helps out. Where is it? It's finally picked up by the Predators and slapped down the ice by Jones. And 15 to go in the Blues power play. Now Pietrangelo. Little short pass to Stastny up the middle. Trying to hit Tarasenko. And again, that's turned away, this time by Jokinen.
Nashville's battle level for loose pucks is just a little bit greater than the Blues on the power play now, John.
And only one shot on that power play. Here comes Laterra. He was checked. Now the puck centered, but time will run out in the second period. And the Predators have the edge in play, and they get the only goal by Forsberg. Shots 12-10 Predators in that second frame. 1-1 after 2. Let's go to Pat and Bernie.
All right, John Kelly, thank you very much. Bernie, it was clear that the Predators had the better of the first 15 minutes of play. I thought the Blues kind of had the better of it there in the last 5 minutes.
I think the Predators really have been all over the Blues. What happened there, the Blues finally got a couple of good shifts out there, which forced the Predators to finally take a penalty, but the Blues really not created much offense in that second period. The good news, it's only 1-1, but this is a team that doesn't quit working, the Nashville Predators, so the Blues really going to have to get their work boots on for that third period.
They've been the surprise of the NHL to start the season. Not a surprise anymore, but they are playing very, very good hockey, and they're doing it again tonight against the Blues here in St. Louis. Jack in the Box Intermission Report coming up next on Fox Sports Midwest.
First place in the Central Division, and thus far it is 1-1, a fairly even game tonight here at Scott Trey. John Kelly back upstairs. My partner Darren Pang is downstairs, and Darren once again, Pekka Rinne, like Brian Elliott, playing very well in goal.
No, there's no question about that. Both goaltenders have had some remarkable saves in this hockey game. And, you know, for Pekka Rinne being as long as he is, you can't give up on the play. In fact, in Tarasenko's play, probably thought that he had him beat. This one here by Berglund trying to go to the blocker. He stuffs that one down. Steen stuffs him down as well on that side. A lot of times the way to beat a big goalie like that is to funnel pucks off the pad and drive hard to the net, but he has received pretty good protection from his defenseman as well. That was the shot that Tarasenko had, trying to just raise that puck high to the glove side, but Pekka Rinne didn't give up on it, and that was the most brilliant save so far of the hockey game between the two guys.
And Tarasenko after 2 with 1 shot on goal. The Blues went tied after 2, 3-1-1. The Predators are 3-0-2 and even after 40. The teams are at full strength here. Blues dump it in. And then chipped high and back the other way by Josi. And cradled by Bouwmeester. Now on for Steen. In for Stastny. And Weber shoots it around the boards for Trandolo. And he pinches it for the point. And the puck taken by the Predators and then off the boards and back down. Steen across to Bouwmeester. And again, the Blues play dump and chase. Now they go off on a line change. And that Laterra line comes back on the ice. He has scored the Blues goal. Forsberg for Nashville. Look out, right at the Blues bench. That sails right near Bert Godin, the Blues ace equipment man.
It just went on the inside of Bert, right on the inside, and I got it here. Bert's going to give it to a lucky fan right there. Bert, fired over there. Bert didn't look like a courageous goalie on that play, by the way. Bert kind of bailed on that one there, John.
Well, he knew you had his back.
Actually, scared the daylights out of me, to be quite honest with you. It beat me on the blocker side.
And the faceoff won by Nashville. Ellis a pass to center ice, tipped by the Blues. Now Shattenkirk right back in there. And Rinne up the far side, and here they come the other way. And Taylor back. He goes in on the forecheck. And again, Shattenkirk. And the puck pops free for Bjornkrok. In the slot, a drive, and a save by Elliott on Forsberg. He's been all over tonight. And the Blues to center ice. Berglund for Lindstrom. Can't get into the zone. And then Forsberg was knocked down. The Predators bench yells a bit, but play continues. And Shattenkirk just spanned on the pass, and look out as it goes to Jarnkrok again. Back of the goal. Now Laterra gets it away from Jokinen. And Chris Porter elevates this one high to the Predator line. And a bouncing puck scooped away. And a hand pass from one Predator player to another.
Yeah, the hand pass originated outside the blue line in the neutral zone, and it was a hand pass back to the defensive zone. And the linesman was the one that made the call. A little turnover there. The Blues starting a little lackadaisically there with the puck. This point of the game, from our vantage point anyway, John, you would have to be prepared for puck pressure in all 3 zones. Now, certainly Peter Laviolette is still arguing about this call here.
Well, I think it was the right call because the player batted the puck from his own zone to center ice. You can make a legal hand pass in your own end.
No, the argument was whether or not the Nashville player hand passed the puck in the neutral zone back to the defensive zone. There's Ellis with it, and he plays it back. That's the right call.
Okay, right. So it was from the neutral zone back, but it wasn't in the defensive zone.
Nashville was trying to argue that he touched it with his stick after he hand passed it, which wasn't clear at all. The linesman behind me made the call, and he was very sharp, and he was right.
And now it's Ian Cole. And he flips one to center. Schwartz after it against Ellis.
One thing the Blues could do better is come out of their zone as a 5-man unit, John. There's too much separation between the defenseman and the forward.
And now a pass by Cole up the middle. And it does come to center ice, swatted back in. And we'll see if the Blues win more puck battles in this third. In your interview, Ken Hitchcock was not happy with their winning percentage as far as puck battles in the second. And Jackman steers it around the boards. Rinne goes for a skate and leaves it for Echo. And then chopped away by Derek Roy. Now Matt Cullen darts in. Cullen looks to make a play. Finds Roy. And the ex-Blues circles the wagons. Played on to Josi. And then Yossi, chased by Reeves. He gets away, though. And then a shot. And that goes just wide. And now picked up by Pietrangelo. And he feeds it up the boards for Ott. And ahead to Reeves. Smith there to break it up. And now Cullen walks in and a wrist shot. And a blocker saved by Elliott, and the Blues clear the rebound the other way.
Well, that looked innocent enough, but from my vantage point, that's a tricky save right there.
And here's Roy again. Lost the handle. And then a shot blocked by Pietrangelo. And then a good stick by Steve Ott to center ice. But Reeves, he doesn't get it in. And now the Predators shoot it into the Blue zone. Shattenkirk with some good speed deep in his own zone. Now on for Steen at center ice.
What a move.
Into the zone and a drive, and he put that one up high. Comes down to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk now back in the goal for Steen. Against Seth Jones. And his pass, and it just eludes Gunnarsson and all the way down the ice. Elliott ahead to Shattenkirk. That's poked in there by Stastny. Now a pass by Backes picked off, and here comes Jones. Jones to the middle, and a shot, and a rebound right in front, and that's gloved away by Steen. And then taken by Backes, and he will pick up the icing call here. And they'll bring it back down.
Well, good read by Seth Jones on that last play. He picks it off, reads the play, but before that, here's the play through the neutral zone. Steen goes buzzing right by me, slides it between the stick and the skates of the defenseman, and then goes up in the offensive zone, trying to get some sustained pressure here against this Nashville Predators club. 6 games and 12 nights for the Preds.
They played every other day on this road trip.
Yep, started far out west and came back last game to the Central Division of Dallas, and then had a day off here yesterday. They skated. Only 3 guys skated today on the game day, though. Their coach, Peter Laviolette, wanted them well rested here.
And for the Blues, this is the second of a 5-game homestand, their second longest homestand of the year. Now a long stretch pass intended for Beck, and that's an icing call.
That's an icing there for Peter Laviolette's squad. As I mentioned before, he took that puck in the eye in the game in Winnipeg on the bench. There's the Preds' last 7. One against Chicago, loss against Pitt. By the way, Sidney Crosby's got 5 assists in this game tonight. I think they just finished that one up.
So if you look at the Predators' win-loss record, they're due for a loss tonight. Blues try to make it 8 in a row. They win the faceoff. And Pietrangelo a shot. That was well wide. And then steered to center by Jarnkrok. Pushed back in by Bouwmeester. And handled by Ekholm. Their 4th-round pick in 2009. Ekholm's pass. Jarnkrok again. And then tipped in by Ellis. Bouwmeester around the boards.
First forechecker in hard for Nashville. That was Smith.
Now Pietrangelo gains the red line. That goes off the glass and rattles around. Pietrangelo in deep, gets it. Looking for the wraparound, and he was knocked down back of the goal. Maybe he hit the back of the goal. I'm not sure. Either way, there's no penalty called. And now Derek Roy comes in. And then Tarasenko leaves one for Pietrangelo. And ahead for Berglund. Now Berglund off the boards and in, and Berglund is hit hard by Jones. And then Porter, speaking of hard hits, he's trying to jar it away from Bartley. And then Bartley goes down. Porter keeps his balance. And then play back of the goal by Roy. And now Jones reverses for Bartley. And he was hit by Porter. Puck tipped to center ice as the physicality picks up here in the 3rd period. Now Berglund for Lindstrom. He waits and then drops one in behind the goal. And then Rene ahead on the wing for Yossi. Backhand feed picked off. Good shift here by the Porter group. Now the Predators come in. Ribeiro down the boards against Cole. And they tie each other up. Lapierre upends a player. That was Neal. And Lapierre from center bounces back to the goal, where it's grabbed by Shea Weber. And back down it goes. It's like a ping pong match at this point. Down to center ice. Ott upended. Shattenkirk follows up. And again it goes back to the goal. This time Rene can't play it. Now Weber for Yossi. And again to Weber. Fan on one pass. Now he gets it ahead for Ribeiro. Forsberg tipped on to Yossi. 2-on-2 into the zone. And a good stick there by Gunnarsson. And then a shot. Elliott can't smother it. And it's back on the goal in front, and Elliott had to make it. Save on the closing attempt by Nystrom. The puck lobbed to center ice. And Ekholm right back in. He winds up. Circles the wagons. Hacked at by Lapierre, who stole a puck from the Predator defenseman. And now on to Steen, and he gets the puck back to center. 12:35 left, regulation time. Tied at 1. And then Gunnarsson back of the goal, leaves it for Shattenkirk. Long pass, trying to catch the Predators a line change. Here comes Steen in. To the backhand against Josi. And then the referee got in the way. That was Dave Jackson. Now the Predators into the zone, and a wrist shot right into the midsection by Neo, and a save by Elliott. Tied at 1 here in the third period at Scottrade.
Time for a Bomber Automotive Sports Update Tuesday night. The Sabres visit Scottrade tonight. A rough go of it in Buffalo against the Penguins. Sidney Crosby with 4 assists on, with assists I should say, on Pittsburgh's first 5 goals. The 4th 5-point game of Crosby's brilliant career. The Pens win their 7th in a row, 6-1 the final. John and Darren.
And a 5-point night for Sid the Kid. And the Blues win the faceoff. They've been outshot 6-0 in this third period. Now Jackman to center ice. Can't get it in. Now he does. And Rene will tee it up back of the goal for Weber. Good stick there by Steen. And then the Blues hop on puck. Stastny and Backes after it. Back for Jackman, a shot. And that missed the target. Here's Ian Cole. And down low, but he is checked, and the Predators head the other way. Neal. In for Yarncroke. In the slot to Weber. And a close save on the hard-shooting Weber.
Good position in there and patience shown by Brian Elliott. Doesn't overreact, stays in his stance as long as possible. Ian Cole did the right thing to get in on the right side on that pinch to keep the puck alive. He just didn't get it deep enough on his second attempt. There's the wrister there by Weber before Neal, who's got 0 shots on goal in this game, can get there. Good hands there by Brian Elliott.
Blues a pretty good edge in the face-off circle. And the draw is won by Laterra for Roy. Here's Bouwmeester around the boards. Cut off by Roy, and another glove save by Elliott.
Oh, that was labeled. That was absolutely labeled by the former Blue, Derek Roy. Little wrister there by Roy. Didn't have much time, and he's going high glove. This is labeled for under the bar. Cullen's there, doesn't see where the puck is, and Derek Roy gets a lot on this one here. And you can see where the glove position is again. Up high. We talked about that goal that was scored by Forsberg that went underneath the cup and over the pad of Elliott. There's the advantage of having that glove position right there.
Now Gostad wins the faceoff. He is their best faceoff man, and a shot by Ellis tip wide. And then big Gostad back of the goal. Bouwmeester runs a couple of players over. Oh, Pietrangelo pass back in front back, and he can't slide it in as the Blues coughed it up in a very dangerous area. And that was Beck in front. Now the puck back of the goal. It is Nystrom. Deals it back for Ekholm. Ekholm across for Ellis. In the slot, Nystrom. And he lost the handle. Then Tarasenko went up 4-on-3 the other way. Leaves it for Pietrangelo. And then back for Tarasenko. And it was read well and broken up by Gostad. And he comes in. But a back-checking Pietrangelo picks it up for the Blues.
Well, you can see why he wants to give that back to the hottest shooter, but it was a good read by Nashville.
And a drive by Shattenkirk blocked. And then Shattenkirk in the corner for Porter. And he fights off a couple of Preds. Berglund trying to pry it free. Porter working hard against Barkley. Lindstrom stole it back to the goal. And then Berglund, nice pass back to Shattenkirk. Winds up, and a drive on goal, and a save by Rene. It was tipped on the way through, and he has it in his glove.
Good pass by Berglund using the boards, not a direct pass to Shattenkirk. That allows Shattenkirk enough time to take it a little bit further to the right and get it closer to the net as he brings it back into his skates here. You see Shattenkirk brings it back in and then gets good control of it. Good hard shot that finds its way through traffic. And we can see through our super slow-mo. It actually goes off the left ankle right there of Lindstrom, and that's our Fox Sports Phantom Cam, and it's a beauty. I thought the first one got through, but it hits Lindstrom right on the leg.
And that was the Blues' first shot of this third period. Blues win the draw. Steen to drive. Now it comes back in front. Stastny with a low shot. Now kept in. Bouwmeester, and he didn't get a lot on that one. It fluttered, was going wide, but it's covered by Rinne.
Yeah, right off the tip of the blade of Jay Bouwmeester. I could see it clearly from my vantage point between the benches. Never laid flat and fluttered along like that, but you still see the hands of Pekka Rinne turning his glove over to the right side of his body. This was the play before there by Stastny, and it goes off the knob of the stick. In kind of a funny position there for the goaltender, Pekka Rinne.
And now Stastny on the draw. He controls it down low against Weber. Stastny back for Bouwmeester. And across to Pietrangelo. And a wrist shot! And that hit Backus and just went wide. And that was close. And now Ribeiro off the board. That's chopped at by Gaustad. And no icing here.
No icing, and the Blues are going to get a change right here, so the D are on the ice waiting for the forwards to get out.
Now Backus hands it on to Pietrangelo. He works in for a shot. Scooped up by Rinne. And we get a whistle. 9:33 left in the third. Blues and Predators even at 1. And a special night here in St. Louis. 80 years ago tonight, the St. Louis Eagles. The first professional game in St. Louis as they were in the NHL back in 34-35, 80 years ago.
You called the first game, John. How was it?
They lost. Only one year.
I can't believe I just said that.
No,
John.
that's wrong.
That is wrong.
Also today, back in 1960, JFK was elected president. 35th president of our great country. And the Predators win a defensive zone faceoff. Forsberg is center ice now for Neal. In this 1-1 game, Neal from the boards, a shot. Hit a leg, now swatted to the corner. And Forsberg would score the Predator goal, lost it. And Laterra ahead for Schwartz. Schwartz pulls up to make a play. Lob to the corner, Laterra squeezed off the puck by Ekholm. Now Schwartz back for Bouwmeester. And a rolling puck in front for Tarasenko. And he goes back to the line. And that was intercepted by Ribeiro. Under 9 to play in the third period. The Blues with almost 12 minutes between shots. From one late in the second to midway through the third. Long pass to center. Ott tied up in knots. It goes down the ice. No icing here.
But even in a controlled breakout, the formation of the Nashville Predators are giving the Blues fits in their routes to get out of their zone.
Now Gunnarsson for Reeves. And then Lapierre follows up. And it comes across to Bartley. Pass to center ice. Pulling fans on it, and now Reeves gets it back. And then Gunnarsson for Shattenkirk. Up the middle. On the tip-in attempt. And Rinne scoops it wide of the goal now for Jones. On for Bartley. Forsberg. Fires it in wide. Ian Cole back first. Now for Chris Porter. And he gets the legs moving to center ice.
Yeah, but good job by Porter to brace himself and lean into the potential hit by Forsberg. Otherwise, he gets smucked against the boards.
And the puck lobbed high. Look out here. Jokinen races in against Cole. Now Jokinen on the cycle. And a good read by Barrett Jackman to come across. And then Neal trying to get it free. Jokinen a shot and a little bouncer. And that is caught by Elliott.
Well, a couple of shifts ago, the Steen, Backus, and Stastny line off the offensive zone faceoff did what you have to do to get some chances against Nashville. And they're going to hop back on the ice right now, led by Backus here. But the faceoff win in the offensive zone, the puck down low, and then punt it back to the points where the Blues D can go D to D. net front presence and a shot on goal, and the Blues nearly had one off the shot from Pietrangelo.
And off the face-off, back in the corner. He's canceled by Bouwmeester.
No!
And the puck rolled away by Pietrangelo. 18,869 on hand tonight. And it's been a tight checking affair. Laterra has scored for the Blues and Forsberg for the Predators. And we get another whistle.
That face-off is going to be right in the neutral zone. I thought they were pointing towards center ice. That long stretch pass, Nystrom dove long enough so it wasn't an icing call, John, and he just tipped it up over the glass and out of play.
And now Backes will take it against Gaustad. Gaustad wins it for Josi. And then Weber off the boards. And that was tipped, so there is no icing here. And Elliott leaves it in the corner for Pietrangelo. And the puck off the shin pads of Stastny to center ice. Now Beck plays it back to Josi. There's Gaustad trying to flip it by Backes. He does. And then jammed in by Nystrom.
You tell me the new rules of the NHL and suspensions don't have an effect. David Backes could have put him into next week, or left field, whatever you want to say.
Who's that?
It was rated center on Gaustad.
And now it is Forsberg. Leaves it for Neal. Shoots. He scores! Neal! And it's 2-1 Predators.
Neal hadn't had a scoring chance prior to this third period. Top line kept quiet. Ribeiro had 0 shots. Neal had 0 shots. The only guy was Forsberg who had scored. And the play out of their own zone for the Nashville Predators up to Forsberg. Drop pass there. And the goaltender, Brian Elliott, in that sequence, very deep in his net. I thought maybe it might have glanced off that stick of Pietrangelo, and maybe it did, catching Elliott by surprise. Not on top of his crease, just a little shallow in that net right there. And the Nashville Predators continue to click away. They've played a heck of a hockey game here.
And now they lead for the first time. The goal by Neal is 8th of the year. And it's 2-1 Predators. Well, the Predators get the puck, and here comes Ekholm to center ice. Spears one in behind the Blues goal. And then Neal again. Checked there by Tarasenko. Forsberg and Bartley get the assist on that go-ahead goal. Shattenkirk ahead for Tarasenko. In front. Shattenkirk a shot. And an easy save there for Pekka Rinne. 5:46 to go. Neal's goal has given the visitors a 1-goal lead.
Well, we talked in the beginning about these two fine young National Hockey Leaguers. Philip Forsberg, a rookie in the NHL with 4 shots on goal. Tarasenko with 1. Tarasenko does have 1 assist. Forsberg's got 1 goal and 1 assist. So the total shot comparison 5-3 in favor of Forsberg. But the Blues have said it time and time again, John, they need more than just the Tarasenko line going offensively. And this type of game really magnifies that statement by the head coach, Ken Hitchcock.
And the Predators control the face-off, shoot it down the ice, no icing. And Beck got there ahead of Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson trying to kick it away, he does. Now for Lindstrom and ahead to Berglund. Neal's goal at 13:32 has put the Predators up 2-1. Now Rinne for Jones. Stolen, Berglund a shot! And Rinne got back in time, in the nick of time.
Played it to his backhand, which Ken Hitchcock said before the game he hardly goes there. And you can see he awkwardly played that. It was bobbling around and the Predators couldn't get control. They played out to the middle on that quick shot. Pekka Rinne was deciding whether or not he was going to play it off to his defenseman or just settle things down. This allows the Blues an offensive zone faceoff.
And Laterra steps into the circle against Gaustad. And Gaustad controls it. That's tipped away by Beck.
Well, Gaustad really takes up about 95% of his faceoffs in the defensive zone, so no surprise there.
Now ripped in by Tarasenko. And Ekholm starts up on left wing. Blocked at the line by Bouwmeester.
Well, the Blues defensemen have got to get up there here on the attack as a 5-man unit. That's going to be icing. Bouwmeester just barely missed getting the red line. We got some heavy hits here in this game, and that's why we're going to give you our Jim Butler Chevrolet.com Powerhouse Plays physical contest, a game of gap closure. And the Blues now in a desperate situation with 4.5 to go to tie up this game.
And the face-off won by Laterra. And now the Predators hop on the puck, and around the goal is Neal. A shot and a good save there by Elliott. And here's Pietrangelo ahead for Tarasenko. And then Laterra back for Tarasenko. And to the middle, intended for Laterra. That was chopped away. Now Pietrangelo. And a slap pass to Tarasenko. Forsberg comes right back in, and the rookie fires it on goal. And a save by Elliott. And then Forsberg back for Weber. And then for Josi, a shot blocked by the stick of Tarasenko. And late on his shift, he gets the puck to the line and goes off on a change.
It's not deep enough, though. Not deep enough.
Now Weber for Josi. Under 4 to play here in the third period. Cole for Shattenkirk. Back to Cole. And everybody's covered. The pass knocked down by the stick of Järnkrok. And again Cole. This time finds Steen into the zone. Pushed in deep by Stastny. Now Steen back of the net. Here comes Shattenkirk into the line. And a good read there by the new Rochelle New York native.
Has to happen right now. The D have got to keep pucks in like that. Good read.
Now back is a pass. Everybody's covered in front. And Jokin into center ice. He doesn't get his D. 3:15 to go.
No, and David Backes finished his check on Jokinen.
Now Shattenkirk. He works in a drive. That was blocked at the defense. Chopped that by Jones. Kept in by Lindstrom. And around the boards, Ott comes in for a hit, but he can't get the puck. And now Derek Roy for Gostad. And then steered in deep by Jones. And the Blues go back for Pietrangelo. Nice quick pass. And that springs Lindstrom. And that hit a seam in the glass.
They've been coming back towards the player that dumps it in time and time again.
Yeah, rather strange carom there. Puck played by Pietrangelo now for Lindstrom. Tipped on to Ott, back for Lindstrom. With 2.5 to play in regulation. The Blues' 7-game winning streak is on the line, down by a goal. And then flipped out of the zone by Rivera. Here is Bouwmeester. For Lindstrom, back to Pietrangelo. And the Tarasenko line hops back on the ice. Here's Bouwmeester. Up the middle. Good back checking there by James Neal. Pietrangelo tries the right wing side. Schwartz gets a piece. And Pecorine goes for a skate, puts it high on the glass. And gets by Tarasenko and onto center ice. Now Ian Cole has it. Here's Cole, and again the dump in. And again Rene goes for a skate, hooks it back to the far corner.
And again the forward for the Nashville Predators go through the Blues defenseman. Nystrom just hammered Cole on that play.
And Shattenkirk back to get it, 1:35 to go. Shattenkirk trying to work it out. Now Schwartz in the middle, broken up, and Gostad comes back in. And here he comes. It's been a checking clinic tonight by the Predators. Pass back to the line. And Jones a drive, and that was tipped high off the glass. At any point, the Blues will pull Brian Elliott with 75 seconds left. Coming up next, Missouri Lottery Blues Live. Here's Backes at the line. And a traffic jam right in front of the bench. Finally taken away by the Blues and Steen. Nice pass. There goes the goalie, Elliott off. Stastny a shot. And a save by Rene. Empty net for the Blues. Puck to the line. Steen with a great hold in. And a pass hit a skate. And Jokinen, all he can do is clear one to center ice. 44 seconds left. Blues fire it right back in. Weber tips it. Held in by Bouwmeester. And a shot. Hit a body in front. And cleared to center ice.
I'm not sure why Pietrangelo backed off the line there, John. You've got a cold goalie and you've got pressure inside. Yeah, I mean, easy for me to say, but you have to stay inside that line to keep the puck in.
And we will most likely get a timeout here. With 30 seconds left. And the Blues, you would think, would put the goaltender back in with the face-off at center ice.
No, I'd keep him on. You know, now the timeout's going to be called here, they can decide that.
Yeah, I can see both ways.
I don't mind keeping him out of the net in this situation.
It's obviously a risk if you lose the face-off, but
you've been strong on the face-offs all game long.
Again, Bowling Military Night is Tuesday, November 11th against Buffalo. All fans in attendance will receive a poster featuring Backus, Stastny, Oshie, and Shattenkirk celebrating our U.S. military. If you're an active reserve or retired member of the military, you can get discounts on tickets to the game. Go to stlouisblues.com/military for details.
So Brian Elliott is going back into the net. Safety precaution. Schwartz is standing up here on the bench. I would expect that Schwartz is the guy jumping back in.
It is Laterra, Steen, and Tarasenko up front. 30 seconds left. Predators win the faceoff back. And taken by Weber, fired out. There goes Elliott off for the extra man. And then it's fired in by Pietrangelo. And now Josi with it. Off the glass, cut up by Tarasenko. To the corner for Laterra. With a dozen seconds left. Schwartz for Steen. And around the goal. In front. And covered by Rene before Laterra could get it.
They'll check the clock to make sure that it was at the right amount at the end. Good play there by Steen after Tarasenko kept that in. It actually went off the stick of, oh my God, it went off the stick of Weber and hit the mask of Pekka Rinne. That was a lot closer than I thought it was from my angle. And it goes off the glove, off the mask, and then right down below, and he smothers it up. And all four white sweaters were there protecting the crease.
So 6.8 seconds left. Laterra will take it against Gaustad. A must-win face-off here for Laterra. Blues down by one. He does win it. Steen for Shattenkirk. And the shot blocked. Now Steen, a backhander at the buzzer, and that goes off Josi and high, and the game ends, as does the Blues' 7-game winning streak, and the Predators win it, and they move ahead of the Blues into first place.
Time now for our Bud Light player of the game, and it's going to be Philip Forsberg. He was all over the ice, played off 17 minutes, a goal and 1 assist, 5 shots, dangerous whenever he was on the ice, playing alongside Ribeiro and James Neal. Neal ends up getting the game-winning goal for the Nashville Predators, who played one heck of a strong road game in this one. The Blues will lament the fact that they didn't have their best game against a team that's been on the road for the last 12 days.
Let's go to Pat and Bernie.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Disappointing night here for Blues fans. Over 18,000 in attendance. And Bernie, we found out firsthand the Nashville Predators are for real.
Yeah, they are. They outworked the Blues, and I think that's the biggest thing tonight. I think that's what will disappoint Ken Hitchcock the most. The Predators, a 12-day road trip, 6 games, and they come in after winning in Dallas on Thursday night 3-2. They come here and play a picture-perfect game. They outchecked the Blues tonight, and unfortunately the Blues couldn't find some more offensive help, but still the Laterra line is the only line that's scoring right now for the Blues, so unfortunately they couldn't really solve Rinne when they had to, and they fall a tough one to break this 7-game winning streak.
Yep, 7-game win streak is over. Back to wrap things up on Fox Sports Midwest. A disappointing night, 2-1. The Nashville Predators take the first of 5 meetings between these two central foes.